The more coordinated you are, the better you'll be at tennis. It is as simple as that. And that's why I want to show you how to use brain-based training to improve your coordination. I hope you enjoyed the video and find it helpful. If you do, it'd be awesome if you could give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel before, it really helps me out if you could do that as well. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to assess your coordination. We're then going to do different brain activation drills to see if we can find some ways to improve your coordination. Now, there are lots of different coordination assessments I could choose, but we're going to do one called a hand wraps assessment, which might not sound too exciting, but it is, because RAPS stands for rapid alternating pronation and supination. Pronation is this, supination is this. Again, you might not be too excited until you realize that pronation is what allows you to control the angle of the racket face on the forehand. It's what gives you a lot of your topspin. Pronation is also what allows you to create racket head speed and control the angle of your racket face on your serve. And supination is what controls the angle of your racket face on your backhand. So your ability to do these movements accurately and at high speeds is massively important. Okay, so the assessment looks like this, and it's really important that you do it properly so then you can retest it. So it looks like this. I am flipping my hand backwards and forwards, trying to hit the palm of my other hand. So I'm assessing my right hand here. My left hand is completely flat. The elbow on my right arm is staying tucked into my side. And I'm explaining these things very specifically because a lot of people, when they start to do this, they cheat. So the elbow comes out, which prevents them from having to coordinate it properly. They start bending their hand and cheating so they don't have to do the movement. So we want the palm completely flat, the elbow tucked into the side, and then I'm doing this. I'm flipping backwards and forwards, so it should make a slapping sound. I'm hitting the palm, the front and the back of the hand on the palm, like so. And you're going to do that for about 5 seconds. Then you'll test the left hand, same thing. And then you do 5 seconds, go back to the right hand, back to the left hand. So maybe do each hand 2 or 3 times for around 5 seconds. And what you're looking for is the accuracy of the movement and the speed of the movement. So if your elbow keeps moving, that's a lack of accuracy. If you're hitting the fingers and hitting the forearm, that's a lack of accuracy. But what happens a lot of the time is people kind of hit the side of their hand. So instead of flipping it all the way over, they'll kind of hit the side of the hand. That's a lack of accuracy. So you want to compare that on the right side to the left side. You want to compare the speed on the right side to the left side. And now that you've done your assessment, we're going to do some brain activation drills and then redo the assessment to see if it improves your level of coordination. And when we do this, there's 3 possible outcomes. Number 1 is it can improve your coordination. That's obviously what we're looking for. If we find one of these exercises improves your coordination, you can do it frequently to help improve your coordination. The second thing that can happen is absolutely nothing at all. We can do a brain activation drill and nothing changes. Now, the reason that this can happen is because people's brains are different. We have to find the right exercise to activate your brain. So if nothing changes, don't worry, but my recommendation is going to be to try the exercise, but with more repetitions, because often that works. The third thing that can happen is you can do the brain activation drill and your coordination can get worse. What that means is the drill was a little bit threatening for your nervous system. It created a little bit of stress. It means that you're not going to do that exercise repeatedly throughout the day, but it is very useful information. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. You've done your assessment. The first drill we're going to work on is a pencil push-up. So I'm going to hold the pen out at arm's length. I'm looking at the tip of the pen, and I'm going to bring it in to the bridge of my nose. So I'm slowly bringing it in and taking it out like this. So I'm doing it nice and slowly, bringing it in and taking it out. And as you can see, when I'm doing this, my eyes are looking inwards together at the tip of the pen. So I recommend starting with around 5 or 6 repetitions, then retest your coordination. Was it the same? Was it better? Or was it worse? If it was better, awesome. If it was the same, I recommend doing the pencil push-ups again, but doing maybe 10, 15 reps. If it was worse, just remember it for now, but we're now going to try a different exercise. So that's the pencil push-up. We're now going to do near-far switches. So for the near-far switch, I'm going to bring the pen fairly close, so maybe about that distance away. I'm going to look at the tip of the pen, and then I'm going to look at something that's down the other end of the court for me because I'm outside, but you can do this at home looking at something that's at the far end of the room. And I'm just going to switch back and forth between the two, looking at the near target, looking at the far target, and I'm going to do that 20 times and then retest my coordination. Did the coordination improve? Did it stay the same? Did it get worse? And again, if it improved, awesome, we can use it. If it stayed the same, try more reps. Drill number 3 is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to hold my thumb out in front of me. I'm going to look at my thumbnail and I'm going to turn my head left and right, keeping my eyes focused on the thumb. And I'm going to do that around 10 times and then reassess. Did it get better? Did it stay the same? Did it get worse? If it got better, awesome, we can use it. The next drill, very similar, but instead of going side to side, we're going to go up and down with the head. Again, do around 10 reps, reassess, same, better or worse. And for both of those two, if nothing changed, try more repetitions. And then we're just going to do 2 more exercises. The first one is you're going to hold your shoulders up like this. So you're going to squeeze your traps and make these muscles tight. Do that for around 15 to 20 seconds, then retest. Did your coordination improve? Did it stay the same? Did it get worse? If it improved, awesome. If it stayed the same, try holding it for longer. If it got worse, just remember that one for now. And then we're going to do one final exercise. They've all looked probably very silly, but the final exercise is going to look more silly than the others. I want you to make circles with your tongue. So I'm going to be drawing a circle around the front of my teeth. I do 5 in each direction. And then retest. Did that improve your coordination? Did it stay the same or did it get worse? So out of those 6 different exercises, did any of them give you greater coordination? If they did, that'd be awesome. Leave a comment down in the comment section. So now that you've found exercises that improve your coordination, what can you do with them? Well, there's a couple of different ways that you could use them. The first one is do this frequently throughout the day. So say you found that the pencil push-up improved your coordination. The way you would use it is you would wake up in the morning, you would do your assessment, you would do the pencil push-up, then redo your assessment, and then you would do it a couple of hours later, and a couple of hours later, and a couple of hours later, aiming for maybe 5 to 8 times per day. But each time you do it, you've got to do the assessment and the reassessment because it's the coordination that we're trying to improve. We're just using the pencil push-up to switch on these different parts of the brain. And by doing it like that, you can start to improve your level of overall coordination, which will then make you a better player. The other thing you can do with it is you can do it before you play or before you practice. So we're talking about improving coordination in pronation and supination. This is the thing that controls the angle of your racket face. So if you find 1 or 2 exercises that enable you to do that more effectively, you can do it as part of your warm-up before you play. You can do it at a changeover. You can do it in between points. You can just use it to switch these parts of the brain on, so then you can have more control over your shots. Now, if you found that these exercises made your coordination worse, then that's also something that you want to keep in mind. Like a basic vision drill shouldn't make your coordination worse. If it does, it means that there's some limitations within your visual system and you should work on it because otherwise it's going to be holding you back on court. The same thing for the head turning drill. If that makes your coordination worse, it's something you definitely want to address, or it's going to be restricting you when you play. So hopefully you have enjoyed this video and found it to be helpful. If you'd like to learn more about using this style of training to become a better tennis player, this is what I help tennis players to do. And I've made a class that's going to teach you more about it. So I'll place a link to the class up there. I'll place a link to the class down in the description so that you can go through that if you would like to. Okay, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, again, so much appreciation if you would do that for me. Any questions or comments, leave them down below and I'll catch you next time.